Hello my friends, this is Chef Fernando Rosado. Here we are in our first class for our YouTube channel. Today we're going to be making a Caribbean recipe. Around 40 years ago I graduated from culinary school, and this was my first recipe that I came up with on my own. And it's been a hit. I've carried it with me 40 years and it's still one of my clients' favorite. So I wanted to share it with you. So to start, we're gonna make the Caribbean chicken. So for that we're gonna need, this is around 16 to 20 ounces of chicken. It'll be like a lot because people don't eat a lot because there's gonna be other ingredients that we're gonna be adding to this. Now, let me put some gloves on because I wanna show you guys what I did with the chicken. I didn't marinate it. I was supposed to marinate it the day before or at least 4 hours before, but I wanted you guys to see how I marinate it. So I cut the chicken in cubes and I took all the fat out, and all I have is clean chicken. You know, no fat, nothing strange. And many people are like, you know, right now what I'm doing is I put the heat on high because I want this smoking before I put the oil. But in the meantime, we're gonna season the chicken. Okay, so the first ingredient we're gonna be adding to this is 1 envelope of Sazon Goya. They sell it in every store in the Goya section. The one that says with culantro and achiote. Culantro is like a cilantro similar leaf with a different flavor, and achiote is what was it, Antonio? Anato. So it's the one that says culantro y achiote. Achiote meaning anato, and is what's going to give it the yellowish color. Okay, so this we will pour the whole envelope, the whole packet. This is already starting to get hot. And then we put that packet in there. The next thing that I wanted to put in there was cilantro pesto. This is something basic in my cooking. A lot of people call it sofrito, but sofrito has more other things than that. This is only fresh cilantro mixed with extra virgin olive oil and garlic to taste. And you make a puree. So at that point, we're gonna, you know, you do it to taste. I really, my recipes are like by eye, I eye them. So, you know, make sure you put enough because you want that little garlicky flavor in there. And when it's mixed with the cilantro, it's gonna be a wonderful concoction. Okay, something tells me that this is getting really hot and we're good. So, one last thing that we're gonna add to this right before we do it. It's called a trimix. What is a trimix? A trimix is most professional chefs make a mixture of salt. Kosher salt, it's easier because you have more control of how much salt is in there. To me, it's better than the one in powder. Sea salt, kosher salt, any of those. So then that's that. I add ground pepper, coarse ground pepper to taste to the mixer. Okay? And then we're gonna add the granulated garlic, which I love in the trimix. And I add pretty much what I added of salt. Now, that's the season that we're gonna be using. That's the season we're gonna be using. And a little chicken bouillon. A normal chicken bouillon. See the mixer? It's trimix. It's called trimix. You can use it to season anything you like. So now I'm just gonna grab a nice hearty pinch, and I'm just gonna like that. I don't want too much. So at this point, we're gonna use a rubber spatula. Why is my rubber spatula with a red handle? What that means is that red handle is heat resistant. So you can cook here. I can mix this and stir it in there and it will never burn. So we're gonna mix the chicken. with all these ingredients. Like I said, I usually marinate them at least 4 hours and keep them in the refrigerator. But still, this is going to be as good. Okay, so now we're smoking. We're going to take a little of that extra virgin olive oil and sunflower oil that I told you about. It's a great blend, really. See how it's already smoking? That's how you want. Maybe not with a fire, but okay. As soon as you have the chicken, it'll go right up, but it's really hot. So at this point, let it cook maybe 30 to 40 seconds. Okay, and then grab a hot pad in the beginning so that you don't burn yourself. See, look, don't stir it too often. You want a little color in them. See what I mean? Some start getting like nice and brown. That's what we want. So they cook soft and tender. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is that okay, let me see. What we're going to do right now is cover it. We want to cover it. That way, we want the chicken to cook all the way. Okay? Now, let me show you all the ingredients that we're going to be adding as we go. Some go at the end. We have some cornstarch. That's going to be used at the end because we want to thicken it a little. I'll explain more when we get there. I have a chicken bouillon here. I like Knorr brand. It's really the best. I took 2 plantains that were very sweet, kind of like with the darker spots, you know, and I cut them in little cubes, and I fried them just a little to get them that golden, but they're like in their perfect point, you know, they're soft and sweet. We have chickpeas or garbanzo beans that we're going to be adding once the chicken is ready. We have scallions, 3 bunches of scallions. It gives it a wonderful flavor. We will put that at the end, and we will put the tomato and the cranberries. You can use cranberries, as I said before. You can use golden raisins or regular raisins. In this case, it looks pretty with the red craisins, and I love them all. Okay, so then you need a can, 1 can of the diced tomato in juice, and you need it with the juice, as you see. Okay, there's a purpose for that, you'll see. Okay, so let's check how the chicken's going. Stir it a little more. Stir it a little more. We're gonna give it like 1 minute. Since it's a Caribbean dish, I always like to, show the way that you can present it to your family at the table, or sometimes I will show you, like if it's a dinner party that you have, I won't only show you how to set up the table, but I will show you how to do each plate so that your guests are just like flabbergasted by what we created. Okay, so at this point, see, can you get close? See all the sauce that it created from the marinade. That's natural juice from the chicken that was extracted by the heat. And see, when you see these white, that's just the little fat that it had just coming out of the chicken. Here's another one. See? So all you do is just stir it. And at this point, we're going to be adding the chickpeas with some of the juice that comes in the can. Okay? So we're going to throw that in there. And we're going to throw the tomatoes in there. We're going to stir again. Remember, this is all in high heat, so it should stay in high heat the whole time. Okay, now we're gonna cover all these ingredients. Can you show them the ingredients before I cover it, Antonio, please? See, so all that now is gonna boil for a bit, at least 2-3 minutes. That's what we want, so that all the flavors blend together. And I think, okay, so these are the ingredients left at this point. Oh, sorry, but at this point that you have liquid in there, you add the one chicken cube. You know, it's just one cube that I use, nor brand. I don't like them cold, and I like to squish them a little so they just dissolve quicker. Okay, and let's see. So you make sure that you put all that base, that chicken base on there, okay? And at this point, we can add maybe 1 or 2 little spoonfuls more of that cilantro pesto. Are you getting this? Okay, so chickpeas are in, tomatoes are in, all that is in. Now we're gonna cover like a minute or so. You'll be learning a lot of things with us. We're gonna be trying to put a prescription, a recipe per day. You know, I just want to share with you guys all my years of experience as an executive chef, and all of the recipes that you ever see that I make, they're creation of myself and my always executive sous chef Antonio, who will be doing his creations, and I'll be on the other side of the camera. Okay, so while that's going, we're gonna get a plate. Remember, we're gonna serve it like family style. Okay, so we're gonna put this as if we were gonna put it like in the middle of the table. This dish goes great with a rice pilaf that of my origin also, and it's cilantro pesto rice with Parmesan and Asiago cheese and cannellini or small little white beans and scallions. That's the perfect accompaniment for these. We will be making that probably for tomorrow. So in the meantime, I'm gonna put this here to get ready to do the final steps. Here we have cornstarch. I put like 5 tablespoons here, but we're not gonna use all that. See, because see, look how this is going. When it's rolling, boiling like that, okay, at that point, what you need to do, you just want to thicken it just a little so that it coats. So I usually go slow, okay? There's one little, like 1/8 of a spoon is it? These are really small. So I do like 3, 4, okay? And then what I do, I just put a little water. I'll show you now. A little water, and then what I do is you dilute it. You know, you can't just throw the cornstarch in there, or you're gonna have like balls, and it's gonna look horrible. So it's gotta be like really smooth, that there's none sticking in the bottom. But see, I didn't put it all. I go slow. I might need more. I don't know. So at this point, there's the cornstarch diluted. And we're gonna pour it all around this baby, as such. And we're gonna start moving it a little. And obviously, it's not enough. See how liquid it is right now? We don't want that at all, at all. Sometimes what I do is I put a lot and I dilute it, and sometimes I just go slow until it gets to the thickness of my liking, and I'll show you what I mean by that. We don't want it too runny, but we don't want it too thick either. Okay, so I diluted a few more teaspoons. No lumps. And again, I just pour it around. La, 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 la. It does the trick really quick. So, see how it's getting thicker and it's coating. And it's coating the chicken. Okay? At this point, we're going to add the sweet plantains. All of them. And we're going to be adding all the scallions. Okay. All the scallions. And we're going to see how is the thickness going still. Okay. Okay. See? Now the sauce is more like it's a coat. It's like a coat for that chicken. So, one of the things I need to do right now is just taste it to see if it's at its point. And it is. Woo! That's good. Okay? So now you add le piece de resistance, the craisins. Now we're gonna stir it a little more. Believe it or not, this is all. It's ready, my friends. Dinner is ready. So, okay. So, let's turn it off. Let's put a cover on. And let's get rid of all the craziness. Okay, now the last part is I want to show you. Okay. So, my friends, how do you show you care about what you do and how much love you put in that? To me, it's putting a beautiful garnish. The food is already pretty, and it's not only pretty, it's super tasteful, okay? Dish is done. Now I'm gonna show you how I would plate it for my family. I went to my patio today and found this beautiful guava. We're missing half because Antonio couldn't help himself and he ate the other half. But that's okay because all we need is probably like just 2 little slices like that, 2 little wedges. And we're gonna put it here, okay? And then I have a little guava that just makes it look so tropical, you know? That's what you want. And then I had a little flower that bloomed today from my garden. These are edible flowers. Okay, so that's that part. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, I'm going to serve the chicken. Woo! Okay, my friends, here we go. Let me put this here because I don't want to burn my counter. So, let's put this here and slowly just do a mound right in the middle. Don't flatten it or nothing. You want something that's high. Don't worry if it's a little sloppy. All chefs, we always make sure that we wipe our plates. Remember, this is not a one portion. This is, you know, it's family dinner. So I want to make sure that everybody has as much as they want. And still, we have a lot left. So that means that we did good. Okay, so now, I'm going to just wipe real quick around here. The extra sauce and stuff. Okay, now we have the pretty garnish here on the side now. And then, on this I needed a little something else. And then what I like to do, it's like little pepper to make the plate look pretty. And just a little paprika on top, just for the color. It hits the plate sometimes, but it looks pretty because it looks fresh. Then the next thing that we'll do is okay. This is the recipe for the Caribbean chicken. I hope that you try it at home. If you have any questions, you can comment and let us know. If there's dishes that you'd like us to know to do, I mean, you can go and just put your suggestions and make sure that you go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Please share it with friends. We're starting, but I promise you many recipes you've never tasted before. So have a great night. Bon appetit.